Welcome to Echoes of Understanding with Steph and Pete. We are two neurodivergent people who have been through our own journeys of growth and self-discovery. As coaches, we have real conversations about life, personal growth, and seeing the world through different perspectives. We're all about nuance, empathy, and a lot of fun. Thanks for joining. One of the things that we decided to talk about was the joy of small things.
Mm-hmm.
What are those little things in our lives that just bring us the most joy?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you laughing? You probably have a list of them, right?
I think I do.
Mm-hmm. Then I should probably go first.
Yeah. Let me know. What's your first one that you can think of?
Stress balls. I have one in my left hand right now. I squeeze it during the day. And this is a new one. It's pretty cool because it has kind of, it's just really cool texture, and it kind of helps me navigate my day and get some of that nervous energy out of my body.
Mm.
Yeah.
I find
How's
those
that?
fun. I used to get a lot of those when I used to work at the bank. And they used to give us those for like staff appreciation.
Mhm.
Because we were always stressed because we worked at the
Yeah.
bank.
I bet.
And yeah, so I always had them. I didn't find them that exciting though. But I got tendonitis in my wrists and arms. So I couldn't really do that too often.
Mm. I wonder if it helps with a carpal tunnel or anything like that. I'm not sure that it would, but I don't have it. I don't type enough. But
I think
I'm
it's
sure
good
it
to
might.
strengthen, but after you have carpal tunnel or tendonitis, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You have other things to strengthen, but yes, it's good when you don't have those issues, as far
Mhm.
as I know. What was I
Coffee.
gonna think?
Coffee comes to mind
Coffee.
for a small thing. Yeah, it's not coffee. So it's a small thing, but it's not really. I like literally, somebody loves it. It literally makes like life happen for me. Like it makes that's where the magic happens in a cup of Joe in the morning. And it's usually two. Or one is just kind of the aromatic wake up, kind of put on auto brew. It's gets going, and then it's kind of my snooze button, and then I kind of lay there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go fetch that coffee now. So I get up and I do just that, and that kind of just gets me moving, right? Gets me moving,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and there's always a second cup, like mid morning, like 10, 11 a.m. in the morning, and yeah, it's just everything. It's everything. It's everything a brain needs. Coffee. A little bit of caffeine in my life, and I'm living. I'm living large. But it helps with the ADHD symptoms too, because when you introduce a stimulant and the ADHD mind, it actually slows it down and kind of calms the thoughts, and you're sharper and more focused and present. So,
There's something about the smell of coffee. It's
hmm,
just the most wonderful thing.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. But have you ever gone, okay, you don't have Tim Hortons there, but
Yeah.
Starbucks or I don't know, do you guys Dunkin' Donuts, is that your Tim Hortons of the US? I don't really know.
I
But
don't know. Like Dunkin' Donuts is pretty lame. I got to be honest with you. No offense to anyone who likes it. And that's not obviously the position of Noon Buy, but that's my position. I do not care for Dunkin' Donuts at all.
so
Do you
when
want
you
to know
guys
why?
say I'm going to coffee, like here in Canada
Yeah,
we say I'm going to Tim Hortons.
nice.
That's just what we say, or Starbucks, but generally it's Timmy's.
Yeah,
What do you guys say? Do you just say we're going for coffee? Or do you have
yeah.
a place that you say we're going here?
Well, sometimes it's Starbucks, but I haven't done the Starbucks thing in a while. Like I drink Starbucks coffee, but I usually just make it at home. A lot more
Hmm.
economical because I just drink so much coffee. But as far as like just like hanging out and for social, yeah, it won't be Dunkin' Donuts for sure. It would be Starbucks. Starbucks.
Okay.
I think
But
there's a Tim Hortons in Somerville, New Jersey. When I was in Jersey, I feel like there was a Tim Hortons in Somerville, New Jersey.
yeah. Well, I had a friend who he lives in Texas and he said, was it last year or 2 years ago, they got a Tim Hortons.
Hmm.
And he goes, okay, I'm going to try it for you. And then he
Yeah.
goes, what? It wasn't that great. I'm like, no, it's not really that great.
Yeah.
The
It's a
quality has
it's a
gone
place to
down.
go, right? And just kind of chilling,
It's just
hang
our
out and
thing.
fellowship.
It's very Canadian. Um,
Yeah.
but I have noticed when I sit in Tim Hortons or Starbucks, I come home and I smell like like the restaurant. There's that coffee-ish smell on your
No.
clothes.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind
No,
smelling like
but you're
coffee.
just like, wow, you can tell I've been sitting at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
It's
But you
funny.
get that at Starbucks a lot. Dunkin' Donuts,
Yeah.
I don't mean to dog it, but it's just not the same Dunkin' Donuts I grew up with. I mean, just the coffee is the way they brew it. It's certainly not strong enough, so they probably have changed maybe the quality grade of coffee and how they roast it, and they certainly don't put enough um, bang for your buck. It's kind of like drinking tea for me.
Oh,
It's that weak. It
yeah.
really is. But I drink a lot of coffee, and caffeine content is really meaningful. Of course, it has to smell good, obviously. But yeah, Duncan
We
is out,
had
out,
over the past
out.
few, huh?
No, I was just talking about Dunkin' Donuts. Go
Oh,
on.
over the past few years, we've had robins who have built a nest on the light on the front porch.
Hmm.
And I hope they come back this year. Last year, we had the mourning doves come twice in the year, which I guess they have babies twice in the year. I didn't know that. So we've had
Yeah,
mourning doves and robins. And whenever they build their nest on top of the front light on the porch, I get so excited because I love
yeah,
watching the babies grow.
yeah.
And I talk to them. And sometimes, and the mother eyes, the mourning doves were very chill. They didn't seem to be bothered. They would
Yeah.
just stare at us. The robins get very like, they fly away very quickly. They're very skittish.
Are they?
But that brought me so much joy, especially during COVID. I would just
Mm.
sit out on the front porch and I would just go, hi, babies, and then stand on the ladder and take pictures. And the mourning doves are hilarious because when the babies start, they kind of come down and
Hmm.
hang around for a few hours. So there, we had this ladder there, and then they just sat on the ladder, and then they sat on the furniture for like
Mm.
a day or two, right? They were just like hanging around, and they would leave poop everywhere.
Nice.
It was really funny.
Nice.
But I was so happy to see them, and I was like, I don't want you to leave us. It's just wonderful seeing animals,
In the
and when they're
morning.
so close,
Yeah.
and it's like they're like your little babies. I remember when the robins started to. There was one robin who was the last to leave the nest, and he was like scared of flying, and we were just taking videos and going, "Okay, you can do it."
Why do I feel a children's book coming on? Another one at least. I feel like you can write a whole children's book on that.
I should write a book about
See
that.
that?
Oh, that's great.
See that?
The fear
Fly,
of,
Robin, fly.
yeah.
Yeah, like birds are cool. Like I've never lived in a place where the birds are so loud as I do now, and I really do enjoy them. Although I have to say that um, some mornings when I'm not feeling it, which does happen from time to time, I'm just like, what the hell are you so happy about? I just want to close the window. I'm like, you guys are way too happy for me, way too early, and way too happy.
There was a
Is that bad?
there was a Friends episode when Phoebe was dating this guy, and he
Mm.
was a police officer, and she moved in with him. And the first morning they woke up and there was a bird singing, and she's like, "Oh, a bird singing." And he was like, "Yeah, just a second." And he gets his gun and he shoots
Shoot.
it. And then of course she moved out.
Nice.
I was like, "No." Sorry, I reference that I reference
Yeah,
shows and movies. That
it's
makes me
nothing.
happy too.
Does it?
It's like okay, you know what people will watch, and I feel like this might be a neurodivergent
Okay.
thing. For those of you guys who don't know, Peter and I are both neurodivergent. which is why sometimes our conversations are like maybe all over the place.
They're like this.
They're like this.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
I don't know. Neurodivergently yours.
People tend to watch shows over and over and over again. It's a sense of safety or security or comfort. And it's pretty well known that people, fans of The Office, will watch it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it, I don't know how many times, and I have it playing on in the background, or I used to a lot anyway. But yeah, there's just something about having that comfort of a TV show always being on or quoting it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like these were your friends.
Are you a binge watcher?
I can be, yeah.
You can be, yeah.
But I don't feel good when I do it.
Why?
Because I kind of don't do anything else for maybe a week.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is why Netflix can be kind of dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, was it last year? Bridgerton came out. Yeah.
You love Bridgerton.
I love Bridgerton.
Yeah.
And then I get sick of it, but I love it when it comes out. And then it's very romantic. Yeah, just Netflix, you know, because they'll bring out a whole season in one day, and you can't stop yourself sometimes. And it's fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's another thing that you have that you find comfort in or enjoy?
So lately, I have a call coming in. It's going to interrupt me. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know about you guys, but I love when I open the window, especially in the spring and fall. And that fresh air comes in. It's not fun in the summer when it's humid and kind of gross. But man, spring and fall weather, and you get to open your window. The most delicious air that comes through, you know? I love that.
Do you know?
I do.
That's so
The
cool.
smell of freshly cut grass. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Smells like victory.
Yeah?
Apocalypse Now. Yeah, those napalm though.
Oh.
Not good.
I didn't get that movie.
Well, there's about a cozy dozen of us on. That can only mean one thing.
Resetting the Room?
Yeah, Laura Strader already guessed that way before you did. Welcome to Echoes of Understanding. I'm Peter Carrington. That is my partner in crime, Stephanie Ann Webb.
So you were about to say something and then you got a call.
I was.
Do you remember?
I don't. I was talking, what we were talking about, the joy of small things. I said,
okay, what's your, after coffee?
Yeah. I don't know if I have one after coffee. I'm like, that's like life to me. So the small things would be just like doing mindfulness exercises, and not even exercise, just like sitting and breathing, like deep breathing. I really enjoy that. And I don't know if it fits in this category, but it's something that comes to mind when it's, you know, one of the joys of life for me. It really helps me kind of navigate my day and reset it, and it takes me out of the chaos of life, and it just keeps my mind sober and grounded, and can definitely lift my, you know, elevate my energy if it needs to do that. You know, if I need a boost in you know, those feel good chemicals, like breathing does that for me.
That's
now, that
awesome.
may be boring to you. That's not Bridgerton, you know, but it is not
something
Bridgerton, for me. But I enjoy
okay.
doing it. Yeah, it's not that romantic, but I enjoy deep breathing. How's that? Yeah, I do enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Oh, did you get to watch Bridgerton? You asked me what's a show, and I just gave you Bridgerton.
Yeah, you did give me that. Well, obviously,
I
have not watched it.
No.
Yeah, I don't. What network? I guess I can find it, Netflix or wherever it's. Yeah, so maybe I'll. Yeah, I don't know. Watching The Chosen now. I just started watching The Chosen. My daughter kind of pointed me in that direction. So I just started that season one. So far, so good.
Yeah,
Enjoying it.
everybody I know always talks about The Chosen.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody. I just got a message the other day from an old coworker asking me if I watched it, and I was like, "Why? Why is
Have
everyone
you seen
asking
it?
me this?" I have not, but I keep hearing about it, so
Oh,
that's
probably
awesome. That
because the religious, they would assume that you would watch it. I'm assuming that that's their assumption,
yeah,
right? That can't be fun.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's different. I just grew up with all of them. So, but they said this one's different than all the other Jesus movies you've seen in your life. So I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
uh, because this one's more just real than the stories that were generally told. That's
Yeah.
my understanding.
Okay.
But that's cool. I'm glad you enjoy that.
Yeah.
I
So
heard it's
far,
really
so
good.
good. Yeah. I just reached the, I think season two, I just started. I fell asleep on, like I'll often do, like if I'm binge watching, which I don't do that much, I guess this would qualify. I do fall asleep. And then next thing you know, I'm in a new season because it just is on that autoplay and I have to catch up or whatever. But yeah, that's why I probably don't do it that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura messaged and she goes, "You were probably going to talk about when you're getting the dog. That's one thing that brings you joy."
Yeah. Thank you, Laura. Yeah. I'm getting my dog soon. Another week. Very excited
Mm.
about that. So I haven't had a pet in, damn, well over a decade, which is very unusual. That's probably been the longest time in my life, longest period that I haven't had an animal in the house. And yeah, I'm getting a dog. I'm really excited about him. He's a Belgian Malinois, and I'm going to the Midwest states to pick him up and bring him back in another 10 days or so.
I had to Google that.
Very
I've
excited
never heard
about
of a
that.
Malinois. But it's
Malinois.
basically a German Shepherd, right?
Well, it's a shepherd, so it's a Dutch shepherd.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
a
so
cousin.
yeah, it's a cousin. Like a lot of folks say, oh, yeah, that's a shepherd. No, not really. Yes and no. They're a working breed. Obviously, they're herders, but used very widely in law enforcement, personal protection, and of course, police work, big time. So, if you're looking at a police dog, usually, and it looks like a small shepherd, it's probably a Belgian Malinois. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'm
There's
really
a sh-
excited about it. Hmm.
there's a show in Canada called Hudson and Rex, and it's about Hudson, who's a detective,
Okay.
and
I thought Rex was the detective. Go on.
no, he got a police dog who's his partner named Rex, and it is a German Shepherd.
Mm, yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
like
so
shepherds are a little more like they're a little more. I don't know. They're some people say more level headed, but if there's a dog with ADHD, it's a Belgian Malinois. So I get those dogs like they're just all over the place. They need a mission. Very high drive, high prey drive as they call it. Just great all around dogs, but they're not recommended for first time handlers, although they can be great first time pets. But they're a lot of dog for many people, especially if you're just starting out um, and you're not used to having dogs. They're a lot of work. They need a lot of exercise, not just exercise, but mental stimulation. So it's not like you can take them to
mm,
the park or on a bike ride, a 10-mile bike ride, and think you're going to come back and it's going to sleep the whole night or the whole afternoon away. No, they need you. The only thing you're going to do with that is like have a very in shape dog, right? But with a Malinois, you actually have to do things with him or her and have to be stimulated, mentally challenged. So
wow.
yeah. So it's really the perfect match for me because when I first saw my first Malinois working, I'm like, that dog looks like it's related to me. Like I get that dog. Like that's exactly the way it jumps from one thing to the next, and it's always like looking for something to do and scanning and very aware of its environment. That's me. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. 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 You'll see. Yeah. That'll
So
be
next,
probably the only time you'll see me post anything on Facebook or social media other than just,
The arc.
I do a lot of forwarding messages. If I see a message, especially when it comes to, disability advocacy, especially now in this climate, I do a lot of that. But even before that, in all fairness, so I'm not a real creative poster. I don't do a lot of it. You're great at it. I'm just not that creative in that way. You know,
Yeah.
is that bad? I
You
don't
have to
know.
have fun
I
with
think it
it.
just is.
If you don't have fun with it, then it's like meh. And
Yeah.
I only post when I want to, or if something comes out like a podcast episode. Otherwise,
Right.
I don't enjoy it. But hey guys, welcome to Echoes of Understanding with Steph and Pete. I'm Stephanie Ann Webb,
I'm
and that
Peter
is Peter
Carrington.
Carrington.
You get a ding for that. Stephanie
we
actually reset the room. I'm so proud of you.
I did. Well, we have more people in the room.
Very
So
great.
we do a weekly
Welcome.
podcast here on Noon Vibe, Saturday evenings. And today we are talking about the joy of small things. The little things in life that bring us joy.
Isn't it? Yeah.
How wonderful.
Yeah. And I was just talking about my dog that I'm adopting. Yeah, I
I
get a lot of
love,
joy. I get a lot of joy just thinking about him.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. I'm so stoked about him. Yeah, I really am.
it's your little boy.
That's my buddy. Yeah. Yeah. He's not, he's not a puppy. He's 5 years old. So he's an old dude. He's a mature dude like me. And he's like, what can I say? He's just he's my energetic match on a universal plane. And it was actually focusing, or I've been kind of trying to manifest the right one. And this was not who I envisioned, but he's here and he's perfect. I really believe that. Part of that is like going on my walks during the day. I have a pretty sizable dog park in my complex in my development, and so I walk up to that or walk past it, but I kind of envision like just being, walking with my dog, kind of visualization. I'm like kind of a vision board in motion, and well, wouldn't you know it, it worked, right? It's great. I'm excited.
Awesome. I had a roommate who had a little dog. Oh, shit. Poo?
I thought you were
Shih-Poo?
gonna say Shih
What
Tzu.
is
Shih Tzu?
Shih Tzu poo?
I don't know, bro. Laura would know. She knows all that stuff. I think it's a Shih Tzu. Is it a Shih Tzu?
Maybe something
Okay.
like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
he was cute, but he
Yeah.
stunk. Oh my God. My other roommate, she
Stunk.
would spray him with Febreze
Was he feral? Like, why did he stink? I'm interested.
because she didn't wash him very often.
Well, that'll
And
do it.
especially when, you go out for a walk and there's that fresh air, but like, ugh, and the rain, and they just,
Okay. Oh yeah,
so
that wet animal. Yeah, it's gonna, all dogs are gonna smell after coming from
my
hell,
one,
I smell after I come in from the rain.
huh?
I
That's how
said
you
I
smell?
smell. Yeah, I'm pretty feral, so.
So we would be sitting watching
Yeah.
TV, and the roommate with the dog would come home, and the dog was so hyper, and he'd start running around the table in the living room, and so he'd be like, "George, stop it!" And then he'd be like, "Oh, you stink!" And then she'd get the Febreze bottle and spray him.
George.
I was like, "I don't think you're supposed to do that." It was funny, but yeah, the smell is not pleasant. So dogs and coffee. That's
Coffee
your thing.
and dogs. That's my life.
Coffee
bro.
and dogs. Okay.
Yeah, and disability advocacy. I can say it. Advocacy. Now
And
maybe I can't
sleeping.
say it tonight, huh?
Sleeping's a good one.
Not really big on sleep. In fact,
Really?
yeah, if I didn't have to, I probably would not.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I love feeling rested, but I don't like. To me, it's like, why are we doing this right now? Like, why do we need to sleep? Like, there's just like too much life going on. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. I have said, why do we need to sleep every day? Wouldn't it be nice if we only needed it a few nights of the week?
Right.
But that's when you got, like, when I was in school and working, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
sleeping just takes so much time, but I enjoy it though.
Good.
But yeah, it's, oh, that's funny.
You know, I don't think I've ever grown out of that kid that resists going to sleep and gets cranky. Like I think I get like that at night. I mean, I don't know. That could change, but it doesn't. Even when I'm not like, some people kind of sleep to escape.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, More power. I just don't. My brain doesn't work like that. Like I don't. I'd rather just
Mm.
do some breathing exercises or take a walk or something.
I've never been a nap person. I was that person who would, if I had to take a nap, I wake up grumpy. I'm like, well, I feel worse than when when I took the nap.
Oh yeah. Oh, I took a power nap tonight. I took a power nap.
Yeah, you
I don't do
did.
that. But yeah, and that just kind of happened. I was like, okay, I'm ready to kind of chill. I had a pretty good walk, and it's warm here, so I hop into the rain closet, and I'm just kind of like laying there on my bed. And next thing you know, it's like this feels okay. Then I
And I
woke up. It
message
was
you and I'm like,
where you
it's
at,
eight
dude? What are you
o'clock. We
doing?
gotta go live.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is the funny thing about you and me.
What?
I'm like, on time, Peter, on time.
Yeah. That's not one of my little thing in life,
I know.
Joyce. Yeah, I don't like. Part of that is ADHD, neurodivergent. I know you're not, you don't have that problem. You are just the opposite. You like to be very timely. Me, I don't feel that pressure. In fact, I don't know. I don't feel the pressure
But
unless it's from you because I
I
don't
don't
really,
like that it stresses me out because I literally get mad.
right. I
I'm
haven't
actually
noticed.
early to
Kidding.
things.
I have noticed. Well, I have. You do get a little bit
I
cranky
do
when
get,
it's like, well,
yeah.
you're very cordial about it, but you do like send, the messages get a little more direct. And I'm like, all right, maybe I need to get on here because she's watching. But for me, it's like
I
it's
try
eight
to be
o'clock.
as
I'm like,
nice as I can.
8:05, 8 o'clock, whatever. Why do I need to be there? I'm like, oh, that's right, because Stephanie's waiting for me to be the other half
Because,
of the screen tonight. I'm like, okay,
but
get up.
also Laura messages and was like, "Are you guys going live?"
Did she message you?
Yeah, I was like, "Yes, but later." It's so funny.
Cool.
Laura's keeping us on the ball.
She is. She is.
That's awesome. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that's, I don't know about you, but I love going to the movies and just the smell, like the popcorn smell, the excitement of, I love the previews. Some people hate the previews. I always find it fun.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not me. I think it's annoying. That's
Really?
perfect reason for me to show up late to a movie.
Oh no, I have to
Okay,
show up
rushing to get to an
early.
8:05 movie. I'm like, it's not going to start actually till like 8:15 or 8:20. I'm not a
Oh,
yeah. I
no
don't do the
way.
previews very well at all.
Oh, that's so funny. I have
Yeah,
to be there, have enough time to like get a drink or whatever, go to the
yeah,
bathroom, and then get in my seat. Of course, they make you watch a gazillion commercials, um, which I
yeah.
don't enjoy. But then the previews, I'm like, what movies are coming out next?
I think that's all like looped in, isn't it? Though the commercials and the movies that are going. I think it's all one
Yeah.
big thing, if you ask me. But then I haven't been to a movie uh, in more than probably since pre-COVID. So last time
Hmm.
I actually went to a movie in a movie theater. And in fact, it was way before that. I'm nearly embarrassed to say.
Do you remember the last movie you saw?
Yeah. It was Matrix Revolutions.
Oh, wow.
Dude, that was back in like
Nice.
double O something, like 2005 or 6 or something like that. 7, 8.
No,
Yeah, dude, it was a long time ago.
that was the last movie you saw in the theater.
I think so. And I forgive
Oh,
me if anyone's listening, like a family member, and it wasn't that, but it's not jumping out at me. Yeah, I'm just not like me. For me, yeah, I don't mind. Like, I do the same process as you. Like, I get all the, whatever I'm going to get from the concession stand and all of that. Is that what they call it? A concession stand in the movies?
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So you go to that place, you get your snacks, snack bar, whatever. But I'm doing that while you're sitting in the theater watching your previews and commercials and stuff.
And I always have to go pee at least once. Man, it's when I saw
Nice.
Wicked with my friend,
Hmm.
I was like, dude, I have to pee so bad because I drank. I'm thinking, and then she goes, "You're gonna miss it." It was when Galinda was singing "Popular." She's trying to
Mhm.
give her a makeover, Elphaba, and I was
Okay.
like, "No, I gotta miss it." I said, "I gotta go pee." Anyway, then I come back half an hour later, I have to pee again. But I was like, "Okay, I'll hold it." But the movie's almost 3 hours.
Wow, that's a long movie. That's Wicked.
Yeah,
Like,
and then I
how
took
can
my
that
niece
be
to see it.
3 hours? I don't get it. I've not
It's
seen
like
it, so I don't know.
2 hours and 40 minutes. Well,
That's 3 hours.
that's only part 1, the Broadway play, because it's a Broadway play, and then anyway,
Yeah.
I took my niece to see it, and then I made sure I went pee a different time. Um, so I made sure
Nice.
I watched. This is what I think of. But I saw
Yeah.
Titanic 9 times when it came out, and I always had to pee.
When did Titanic come out? I did see that in the movies.
1999, I
Okay, yeah,
think.
that's about right. Yeah,
I was
Titanic, The Matrix,
or
I saw that in the
98.
movie theater. Yeah.
Anyway,
The first Matrix was 99, I think.
long time
Something like
ago.
that.
I showed one of my roommates. So I was 30 something, she was like 25, and 2018 or something I showed her Lord of the Rings
Mm.
from 2001. Was that when it came out? 2000, yeah. Anyway, she goes, wow, the CGI is really terrible. I was like, what? No, it's really good. And then I realized that was so long ago.
Yeah.
When
And
you watch those movies that are older, you realize, oh yeah, they've made huge improvements on that.
damn it.
Laura said, I love the movie
Good.
previews unless they are about horror movies. Yeah. I like getting a text message from someone with no request other than to see how I'm doing or say hi. Oh, that's
Beautiful.
wonderful.
That's great.
Yes.
Maybe I'll text her tonight. Don't tell her. I'm going to text her just to say hi.
She's already listening.
Who knows? Well, you
She
know.
knows you're going to do that.
Okay, I'll
I
surprise her
love getting
tomorrow.
text messages. I know
Yeah.
you're not really a texter.
I'm not. I think it's I no, texting is good, but it takes a while for me to respond. Like, especially if I have to type it, I'm not into that. As you know, I'll do the voice messaging text, like the audible text. That's kind of how I live.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much easier for me because when I get to thinking, it's like I don't, my fingers don't move as fast as my thoughts do.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
And
I just
I'm
rather
literally
talk it.
texting my thoughts. I'm like, blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah,
crazy. I don't know
blah,
how
blah, blah, blah.
I don't know how that works. I mean, I know like most normal people do that, but my hand-eye coordination in that way does not work very well
Yeah.
because my thoughts just go so quickly. My thoughts are like, whoosh, and then instead of like scripting it out, like when I think a thought, I'll think it, and it'll be the whole concept in the thought, not like what I'm trying to tell you and the inflection I want to put in there, and maybe something witty or whatever. Like none of that exists in this man's brain. But I can do it when I'm speaking it, right? But to do that and put all that energy and put all that good stuff in an actual text message that I'm typing, it just will not happen. It's just my brain. It just doesn't work like that. It's not how I process information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
That's
you
a little
think
thing.
about, do you like, so one thing about spring, which we have not really, it's just started now, I think. I don't know. Who knows? Because we just had snow a few days ago. So, but
That's
now it's
crazy.
warm again. So who knows? But in the spring, the lilacs and the lily of the valley, two of my favorite flowers, and they smell so delicious. that's like every time I go for a walk and I see lilies and they're like all around, I just have to stop and smell every time. Did I say lilacs or
20th.
lilies? I meant
Well,
lilacs.
if you're thinking about it in terms of the weather, meteorologists consider
Okay, March 20th was spring. We missed it.
No, I don't care about the
I
calendar
missed it.
spring. I'm talking about the weather spring.
Oh,
That
I think
means
she was just going to talk
nothing
about
to
that.
me. They're like, it's spring. I'm like, no, dude, it's still cold and it's
Yeah.
like winter. I refuse to go by the calendar.
I got to tell you, that freaked me out when you sent that because I think it was like 75 degrees here that day, and you sent me a video text of it. I think it was out on your deck or something, but it was snowing or sleeting, right?
Yep.
I was like, no, thanks. Yeah, you can keep that up there.
You don't
Yeah,
want me
I
to
wasn't
send the
feeling.
snow down there?
Nah, I'm good. And I think I sent a message right back to you. It was kind of beautiful here, so
Mm-hmm.
like it.
Oh, Jeanette sent a message. I find joy in giving a stranger a compliment. Yes. It is
Nice.
lovely.
That is lovely. I find joy giving a stranger a hug.
Do you ask permission first?
Of course I do. Sometimes people just need a hug, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my ladies at the local Kroger here, they know, like, if I'm coming in, you're getting hugs. But they're great with it. They expect it, so it's cool. I give out free hugs. What can I tell you? I love people.
Laura
But
said,
yeah, I always respect someone's space, obviously.
yeah, well, it just sounded funny. You're like, I give strangers hugs. And I'm like, uh,
I
I
haven't had a
know.
hug
You're very
today, though. I'm kind
respectful.
of, I asked you that. Did I not ask that? Yeah, I asked that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little thing. That's not such a small thing. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
Big on hugs. Haven't had one today. I had a bro hug the other day, as I told you, after I finished presenting. But that's not even like remotely cool. I mean, you know, whatever it is, what it
It
is.
is
But
cool.
yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. But that's
I
one thing I
love,
do miss. Like during COVID was really rough for me. So
yeah,
I got Samantha. Well, this is Samantha number 2 actually I have now, but Samantha's
your
a
body
body pillow
pillow.
for those of you who don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Samantha's my body pillow.
I love bear hugs. Like, when you hug family. So whenever I see
Yeah.
my uncles and aunts and cousins,
Right.
for men especially, you get like the hug. I'm like,
Mhm.
no. But my one or two of my uncles would give like actual bear hugs, and like
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, that's a real hug,
Yeah.
There's something about hugs, definitely.
There is.
Laura Strader said, I love when my friends make good jokes. Yes, jokes. And laughing. Laughing is wonderful.
It's fun.
Especially when it's that kind of laughter where you're just like, I mean, I don't like when
To
you
me, I'm
can't
like,
breathe.
laughter's
But
fun. Like, you know, really, Pete? Come on, dude, get a
is
life.
that what you said?
Yeah, I said, it's fun. Like, yeah, okay, you're
It's
really
fun.
participating tonight, dude. Okay, you get a gold star for that. Now, listen to me very carefully. Like, you're the gold star person, right? You're the gold star kind of. Yeah, you're the star person, right? You give out stars, they give out rings and dings. At any rate, the ADHD just kicked in full overdrive. What was I going to say? Oh, fun. Yeah, like I enjoy. I don't know. I'm not a joke teller. I have a sense of humor, but I don't tell jokes very well.
Me either.
I get laughed at a lot. I laugh
People
at
say,
myself a
tell me
lot,
a
but I don't.
joke. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't like
I
if you
don't
put me on the
remember
spot.
any.
Yeah, I'm done, dude. Like, yeah, just if it's that and the world ends, guess what? Time to go to another place because I will not succeed with that. But I do enjoy humor.
Well, I think of things on the
It's not a
fly.
brilliant statement of mine. What the hell's wrong with me right now? I'm like,
I don't
I'm like,
know.
I do enjoy humor. That's fine. Like, come on, dude. Like, use your words, Pete. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
One thing of joy is being on here
Mm-hmm.
and just interacting with people, having
Yeah.
these conversations,
Yeah.
getting up on lives, getting up as a guest on a live, meeting
is very
people.
joyful.
We've met
Yeah.
so many amazing people through here.
That is great. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, because I do love Noon Vibe. How
Say
did
it
you
5
find
times.
Noon Vibe? I don't think I know you know how I found it, but how did you find it? Or did it find you?
So before it was Noom Vibe,
Mm-hmm.
it was Wisdom, the Wisdom app.
Right.
And because I'm a podcaster, I got an email telling me about the app and inviting me to join it.
Really?
So I did.
Rank.
At first,
for you.
because when you have podcast or an account out there doing stuff, you get all sorts of emails, and some of it you're just like, what is this? Is it spam? You never know, right? And at first I was like, yeah, whatever. But then I looked into it and I was like, oh, this app's pretty cool. And I
Mhm.
got a great answer right away because we got, you get asked the questions.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And then I just started following people and
Mhm.
getting to know people. And then, so last year it became Noom Vibe.
Noom Vibe. Right. Very cool.
So I think I've been on here 3 years now. Can't remember
Get out.
now.
Really?
3?
a
Time
long
is
time.
weird at times. You're like,
No, that's good. I think that's great. I remember the wisdom. I don't remember the wisdom days, but people often talk about that in the transition, of course, over to Noom Vibe. But I came on, I think, in August of last year.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just kind of found it. It just somehow, some way, it was in an email. I think it was. I clicked on it. Maybe I was looking for, I don't know, but it came. I think I downloaded it the next day or 2 days later. I was messing around with the app. It was a Friday night and I came on live by mistake. But that's how I found it. But I speak to a lot of people who don't know how they got here, right? I always think that's a phenomenon. Yeah,
It's
that's all I
amazing
got.
how something so small can lift up your spirits.
It is. It is.
Like there's a cemetery I like to go to for a walk.
God, not this one again. Go on. What were you saying?
There's a cemetery I like to go
joke.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I just think it's weird when you say that. I mean, I know that you go there, but it's never.
It's weird that I go to cemetery, or it's weird that I talk
that's
about it.
that you walk in the cemetery. It's
Why?
pretty, I don't know, because you usually do it overnight, right? In the dark, right? Don't you walk in the cemetery in the dark? Wasn't that you?
No,
Oh,
never.
Oh,
I would be too
Stephanie.
scared. I don't want a hand coming up for the grave and grabbing my foot. Yes, I've watched too many horror movies.
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, my one friend has been there in the dark. I was like, dude, how could you? Because anyway, nope, not for me. No, I go there in the daytime and there's deer that hang around. And I like looking at the gravestones. I think a lot of them are old
Okay.
gravestones, and it's part of our history here. Anyway.
Gotcha.
But whenever the deer are around, 'cause sometimes they're hiding, it's just, I get so excited. I'm like, hi, and I wave to them and they just stare at me.
Nice.
But it's just joyous because, oh, there's an animal. Now, the Canada geese are around. And normally it's fine. Normally I'm like, honk, honk. I say hi to them. But Peter, they're nesting now. And they get
Canadian
aggressive.
Geese. Yeah.
And there's one, my friend calls it the guard goose. Because last time we went there, I said, oh, Jen, I'm scared of the goose. Because there's one that flew at me one time. And she goes, oh, that's guard goose. Yeah, he's aggressive. I just hit him with my purse. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Do people feed them there?
You're not supposed to. We have, people have for years, but now there's signs that don't feed them anything. They're not they're supposed to be wild, and yeah. There's a lot less of that. People would feed them bread for years, right? And then it was don't feed them bread. It's not good for them. It's dangerous for them. And then it was seeds and nuts and whatever. And then it's don't feed them at all.
Yeah.
So I don't really see that anymore, to be honest with you, which is good.
It is good. Do you ever get a profound sense of gratitude that you're actually not in one of those graves? Pretty morbid.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm not buried alive.
Oh, Stephanie.
That's a fear.
Is it a fear? Don't let it be.
Yeah. Well, there was an Alias episode.
Here we go.
With Jennifer Garner, and a CSI episode. They were the two worst episodes ever.
That must be true.
Okay, this is really depressing.
I think it's pretty funny. I think, please tell me about them.
It was just
inquiring minds want to know.
Horrifying. I just don't like those kind of things.
Yeah. I'm not into horror movies either. I'm not into any of that stuff. I think I talked to you about this. I always get that the underlying evil energy behind the actual movie, because I don't think it's just the movie. Sometimes it's there's a very deeper meaning, especially when you're talking about like some of them may be more religious based, or stuff that's based on religion or folk, like that kind of stuff. I just, possession, all that stuff like that. I don't really care for them, not because they frighten me. It's just because like the energy there is life and art and imitating spiritual life, I think. So I don't really feel that. And I also feel that if I think there's, so if there's good, there's bad, right? So I feel like there's a darker energy sometimes behind someone's creative process when they make some of that stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
know that because when I'm watching the movie, I can actually feel that energy sometimes. And it's not a matter of being frightened by it, but I'm just like very off-putting. And yeah, I definitely feel that there's an energy behind it.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a fan.
I I used to like certain horror stuff, supernatural stuff. It really depends what it is, but
Yeah.
and I enjoyed that, and then I didn't, you know. And I think it was as I was like over the past few years, just going, oh, I can't watch that anymore. It's really upsetting.
Hmm.
And I just, yeah, it's it, yeah,
Yeah. How
it
about
is
that?
fascinating. And I remember seeing an exhibit at the Toronto Art Gallery.
Hmm.
I think it was the art gallery. My friend and I went, and you know that guy. He's a director, Guillermo del
Guillermo. Yeah.
Tor Torme or something.
Hmm.
Um, they had a whole exhibit of the creatures that he's had in his movies, and at first it was like cool, but I remember just having this like, oh, I don't like looking at those. Some of it is
Yeah.
horrifying. So yeah,
Yeah. Not
it's very
good.
interesting.
Do you know what else
Um,
I really enjoy?
what?
Oreo thins.
Oreos, yes. You like your thins, and I like the double stuffed.
Yeah. Well, I might as well have eaten double stuff because I actually ate a whole, I think I told you this, I ate a whole pack, a family size pack of Oreo thins today. 100% true story. Now, I'll talk about Oreo thins, and I always are very open about saying like I don't have much control when it comes to Oreos, especially Oreo thins. And like as soon as I get it, there's at least a sleeve gone. The other half can hang out um, until the next day. And like between my morning coffee, everything's gone by the noon hour, right? That's breakfast, and I don't eat breakfast, so that just tells you how I feel and how I respond and react. And I'll just say embrace Oreo thins. And today I did something that I rarely ever do, and that's like I bought a whole pack of Oreo thins and I ate the whole pack of Oreo thins within like an hour and a half. Terrible, terrible. I mean, just like I think if that was a binge moment for me, that I would classify that. Not necessarily anything going on. I think it's just like the sugar hit me, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember I like stimulation like this. Let me just keep going. Let me keep going. So then, if I really think back through it, I don't know that I was going through anything. Um, Certainly not traumatic, but I don't think I was upset or overly excited. I just think it was time to eat Oreos. Um, and I know that because of this, because if I do that, if I eat like that, if it's an emotional eat or snack, I don't feel real good afterwards. Today, I feel like,
Yeah.
damn, I wish I had another pack, or I wish I left some for later because I really am craving another one. So it wasn't anything bad, I don't think, but that might have contributed to my afternoon crash, that sugar crash. Maybe that was the power nap that I
Probably.
took.
I
Don't
have
you love
eaten
it?
a
I
bag
love
of mini
Oreos.
eggs. I ate a bag of eggies the other day.
Yeah.
Sort of like mini eggs. Oh, so
Hmm.
delicious. And yet afterwards I'm like, oh, my tummy didn't
Are
like
those the
that.
Cadbury things? The Cadbury
Yes.
eggs? Yeah, they're banging. Love
Laura
those.
said things she loves. Neighbors waving, babies laughing or baby talk. The
Yeah.
ocean waves on my feet, the scale going down. She also said, don't get Peter started on how much he loves football.
Oh, why'd you say that? Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
thank you, Laura Strader.
Did you forget about football?
No, I actually have a countdown.
Yeah. Till Sunday
Yeah,
night football.
thank you. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh,
We
I
won't be
can't
able
wait.
to record the podcast on Sundays.
Yeah, we're out, bro. We're out. Thank you, Laura, for reminding me. That feels really good in my soul now. Like I do have a countdown. I don't want to look at it because I know Laura's giving us some love because she knows I'm nuts like that. Yeah, so football season, like Sundays and of course Sunday night football and then Monday night football and then there's the Thursday night football and the occasional Saturday college game if it just gets in my skin. But yeah, in love with that. Just football is life.
It's on that much?
God, it is. Yeah, not enough in my opinion. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, that actually lifted my spirit by you saying that. I'm really excited about that. Yeah. So I'm going to get a dog, play with the dog. By the time I get bored of the dog, it'll be football season.
There you go.
That was my best attempt at humor, by the way. Wasn't good. I know.
Wait, I don't get it.
I thought it was kind of cute. I said, I'm going to get the dog, right? You know, like little kids get a dog or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to walk them and then like just to get bored, maybe perhaps. I said, I'm going to get the dog. And then by the time I get bored of the dog, it'll be football season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Not a good joke. Okay.
I don't always get it. And then I miss your jokes. And then you're like, that was a joke. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I think we sometimes miss each other on these things. I don't know.
That's okay. Hey, guys,
anyways,
we're about to wind this baby down. It's about 40 seconds left. And I'm going to step off for a little bit because I really got to go to the bathroom and drink a lot of water.
Poor Peter.
But Stephanie may hang out. I don't know. I can't speak for her.
No,
but I could speak for both of us when I say that we really enjoy our Saturday nights here on Noon Vibe. And we just really appreciate you stopping by to hang out on Echoes of Understanding. And I always say this. I may not know you, but I do love you. Yeah, you. Look at me for a second, real quick. I love you in and through this amazing universe. Thanks for stopping by. Stephanie, thank you. I love you too, by the way.
Thanks, Pete. Love you too. Bye. Go pee. Thank you guys for joining. And so we welcome you here. Usually we start at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. Sometimes it's later. And we also have a podcast, Echoes of Understanding, which you can find on YouTube and the audio podcasting platforms. Comes out Thursdays, which is usually we record a different one or we just take the live here from Noon Vibe if Pete doesn't have time to record. So anyways, thanks for listening, guys. And we appreciate you. Sending love to you all. Bye.